The biggest mistake cruisers make after booking: saying yes to every upgrade email without checking the math first. In the next 10 seconds, I'm giving you the exact list: 7 upgrades worth every penny, 5 that are designed to drain your wallet so you know which emails to open and which to delete. Say yes to everything the cruise line pushes at you, and you'll spend more on upgrades than you spent on the cruise itself. Some of these are genuinely worth it. Others are built to extract money from people who don't know the difference. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which is which, no guessing, just the math. Here's the game plan: 12 upgrades, 7 wins, 5 traps, and the exact math on each one so you can make the call yourself. Some of the worth it picks will surprise you, and one of the scams is packaged so well that most passengers don't realize they've been played until the final bill hits. Let's do this. Worth it. Number 1. Drink package math. The only question that matters: how many drinks are you actually having every single day, including port days when you're off the ship for 8 hours? Most drink packages run $60 to $90 per person per day. Carnival. Cheers is around $70. Royal Caribbean's Deluxe package ranges $55 to $90. Norwegian often bundles unlimited open bar into the fare. Break even is usually 5 to 6 alcoholic drinks a day. That sounds easy until you map it against a real itinerary. On a 7-day cruise with 3 port days, you're off the ship 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. That means squeezing 5 or 6 drinks into the hours between 5 p.m. and midnight every night. Your move? Be honest about your actual drinking pattern, not your vacation fantasy. Count non-alcoholic drinks, 2 bottled water, specialty coffee, fresh juice all count toward the package and close the gap faster than you'd think. If you hit break even, buy the package before you board. It's always 10 to 20% cheaper pre-cruise. If you don't hit break even, pay as you go. Scam number 1. Unlimited photo package. Ship photographers snap hundreds of photos of you over a week, embarkation, dinner, formal night, every port. At the end, the cruise line offers an unlimited digital package for $150 to $300. Here's the trap: most of those photos are bad. Out of 200 shots, maybe 10 are actually frame-worthy. That's $20 a photo. And the photographers work choke points where you can't walk past without stopping, so you feel obligated to buy. Your move: enjoy the photos being taken, then on the last sea day, go to the gallery and buy only the 3 or 4 you genuinely love. Individual prints run $15 to $25. 4 prints cost about $80, a fraction of the unlimited package, and you keep only the ones you'd have wanted anyway. Big families wanting every group shot are the exception where the package can make sense. Worth it. Number 2. Wi-Fi. Most people plan to disconnect for a week. By day 2, they need to check on the kids, confirm a flight, or pull up a port map. Old satellite Wi-Fi was nearly unusable. Now most major lines run on Starlink, real streaming speeds, video calls, fast uploads. Prices went up in 2026 though, $10 to $20 per device per day. A 7-day cruise at $18 per day is $126. Your move: you don't need Wi-Fi on every device. Buy one premium plan and hotspot it, or share login credentials between devices one at a time. Pre-purchase before sailing for 20 to 30% off onboard pricing. If you want to stay mostly disconnected, the cruise line's free app handles schedules, deck plans, and onboard messaging without any Wi-Fi purchase. Scam number 2. Cruise spa, except on port day. A 50-minute massage runs $125 to $200. A 75-minute hot stone treatment can hit $250, luxury resort prices without the luxury resort experience. After the massage, most spas run a product pitch dressed as a consultation pointing out skin or posture issues, then selling creams and kits at $75 to $150 a bottle. Most ship spas are run by an outside contractor, and staff work largely on commission, so the incentive is to sell, not just to treat. The exception: port days. With the ship mostly empty, spas drop prices 20 to 30% to fill rooms. The same treatment, less pressure to upsell. Your move: book a port day treatment before 1 p.m. and ask for the port day rate specifically. When the product pitch starts, say, "I'm not interested" once, then again if needed. No guilt required. It's a transaction. "I'm not interested." Worth it for 3. Specialty dining once. The main dining room is included in your fare and genuinely good 3 courses. Table service, no extra charge. Specialty restaurants charge $35 to $65 per person on top of that, but the quality gap is real. Dry aged steak, handmade pasta, tasting menus. The Trap is the unlimited specialty dining package. Eating at a different specialty restaurant every night means paying for dinner twice, to the tune of $200 to $300 per person. Your move: book 1, maybe 2 specialty dinners on a 7-night cruise. Pick the best restaurant, usually the steakhouse, for a sea day evening. Bonus move most people miss. Specialty restaurants often serve lunch at $20 to $25 with nearly the same menu as dinner. Same steak, half the price. Worth it. Number 4, balcony on right itinerary. An inside cabin might run $700 per person on a 7-night cruise. A balcony on the same sailing might run $1,100 to $800 more for 2 people. The real question isn't whether balconies are nice, it's whether this itinerary earns the upgrade. Alaska, Norway, the Panama Canal glaciers, Wales, dramatic scenery. The balcony is non-negotiable. Caribbean in summer, the balcony is a heated glass box you'll use for 20 minutes at sunset while spending the rest of the day at the pool or in port. Your move: match the cabin to the destination. Scenic itineraries, get the balcony. Port-heavy Caribbean or Mediterranean sailings, save the money on an inside cabin. You're barely in the room. And if you still want fresh air, every ship has a free promenade deck and usually an adults-only solarium. No upgrade needed. Scam number 3, cruise line shore excursions. The cruise line sells a $120 bus tour with 45 passengers and scheduled shopping stops that kick back a commission. An independent operator often runs the identical route for $50 in a 12-person van. No shopping stops. The pitch is always the same. Book with us and the ship won't leave without you. True, and it's also the leverage used to justify a 2-3x markup. What most people miss: independent operators build their schedules around ship departure times because their entire business depends on getting you back on time. Their incentive to keep you punctual is arguably stronger than the cruise lines. Your move: on a long port call 8 a.m. to 10 p.m, for example, book independently through a pre-screened site like Viator or Shore Excursions Group and save 40 to 60%. On a tight tender port with an early all aboard, pay the cruise line's premium for the guarantee. Worth it. Number 5, prepaying gratuities. Not glamorous, but the most straightforward win on the list. Most lines charge $16 to $20 per person per day in automatic gratuities, $224 to $280 for 2 people on a 7-night cruise. Your move: prepay before sailing to lock in the current rate before any increase. And to avoid the temptation to reduce tips at the end, which directly affects crew who rely on that pooled income across hundreds of behind-the-scenes staff. Watch for promo bookings that bundle in free or discounted gratuities. That alone can save $200 to $300. Scam number 4, the art auction. Free champagne, a fast-talking auctioneer, paintings by internationally renowned artists on easels. Here's what's actually happening. The art is mass-produced, appraisals are inflated, and limited editions are often printed in the thousands. Passengers can spend $500 to $5,000 on pieces with little to no resale value. The auction is typically run by a separate company that rents space from the cruise line and has zero accountability once you disembark. Your move: go for the champagne, watch the show, don't raise your paddle. If you want real art, buy from a local artist at a port genuine and priced at what it's actually worth. Worth it. Number 6, travel insurance. The cruise line's own policy usually has GAP's pre-existing conditions excluded unless purchased within 14 days of deposit, and medical evacuation coverage capped low, sometimes around $50,000 when an actual airlift can exceed $100,000. A third-party comprehensive plan costs about the same 5 to 8% of trip cost and covers more: cancellation, interruption, emergency medical, evacuation, baggage, delay. This matters especially for Medicare recipients, since Medicare doesn't cover care outside the US. Worth it. Number 7. Early check-in and embarkation perks. Faster boarding programs. Carnival's Faster to the Fun, Royal Caribbean's The Key, Norwegian's Priority Access Run, $30 to $40 per person per day, or roughly $50 to $100 per cabin total. This buys early boarding, a dedicated guest services line, priority tender access, and sometimes reserved show seating. Boarding in Group A instead of Group H can mean being on the ship by 11:30 a.m. instead of 2 p.m., 2.5 extra hours of vacation. On tender ports, priority access can save an hour of waiting versus the general line. Scam number 5, the free upgrade offer. An email 2 weeks before sailing. You've been selected for a special upgrade inside to Ocean View for just $150. It feels like a deal, so you click yes. What it doesn't tell you, that Ocean View cabin might be on deck 3, under the nightclub, next to the anchor housing, or below the pool deck. These are the leftover cabins nobody chose. The cruise line isn't upgrading you out of generosity, it's filling unsold inventory. Your move. Before accepting any upgrade offer, look up the exact cabin number on the deck plan. Check what's above, below, and beside it. If it's under the pool deck, next to an elevator bank, or above a bar decline. The only upgrade worth taking is a verified good location in a higher category. A blind guarantee cabin is a gamble, not a perk. Here's your 7 and 5 checklist, worth every penny. The drink package when the math checks out, pre-purchased Wi-Fi, 1 specialty dining experience, a balcony on scenic itineraries, prepaid gratuities, comprehensive third-party travel insurance, and the embarkation upgrade on tenderport itineraries. Skip these 5: the unlimited photo package, the cruise spa outside of port days, cruise line shore excursions on long port calls, the art auction, and any upgrade offer you haven't checked against the deck plan. The cruise line's business model depends on you saying yes to everything without thinking. Now you know exactly what's worth it and what isn't. I've linked everything mentioned to the insurance comparison site, packing essentials, and a few products that'll save you money before you even board in the description below. Drop a comment. Which of these upgrades did you buy on your last cruise and was it worth it? Your answer could help someone else decide. Like this if it saved you money. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching and have an amazing cruise.